Okay, one of the audience members asked a question about competition, recognition in the department. In an internet department or in a business development center, you should go over there and get the anchor from over here. Is that in an internet department or business development center, it's very monotonous. You gotta admit that. I mean, they're making phone calls, making phone calls. Statistically speaking, they're only going to get about 11 to 14% of the people on the phones. That's a deflating feeling when almost everything you're doing is failing or being, you know, you're a failure. I mean, like, you're not being successful. What did you say, sir? You're a dealer principal, correct?
Yeah.
You're a dealer.
Yeah.
What you said that your mission statement is sell, 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 right? I mean, like, I am wired the same way. I agree. What about the coordinators, the phone salespeople? They don't want to leave voice messages all day. That's just their job. I absolutely implore you all to do something to incentivize them. If you have a fast start bonus on the showroom floor, why not have a fast start bonus in your internet department? If you're going to have, you know, an employee of the month, why not have an employee of the department? If you're going to have, you know, any type of incentives and spiffs and all that other stuff that you do on the showroom floor, why don't you do it for this department? They deserve it. They need it. They want it. You know, and it might not be monetary. L.A. Dubs said it the best, and this is true. Money is not the sole motivator for your employees. It's like number 3 or 4 on the list. Fact. Fact, fact, fact. You might not think so, but it's true. So you know what you can do? Here's a couple cool ideas. In Philadelphia, they got the Philadelphia outlets, and they have coach purses. My wife taught me a lot of cool stuff. They've got coach purses. You get like $300 or $400 coach purses, sometimes for 70% off or something like that. You get a really beautiful coach purse for like $100, sometimes $90, $150. But even if you spend that much money, it's like a $400, $500, $600 purse. Agreed?
Agreed.
Can you imagine getting a coach purse and then basically, you know, making that as a bonus? Hey, we're gonna give away a coach purse. Or maybe like dealerships always get tickets for things, especially if you have an advertising company. I remember working at Cherry Hill Nissan. I got tickets to the Sixers, Philadelphia Soul, the Eagles. My Auto Trader reps would come in, and I can't tell you, 3 years in a row, I went with my family for free to see the Rockettes in New York City because my vendors were trying to just keep me greased up and happy, so I keep, you know, doing what I do. I'm sure you guys get kickbacks in advertising. Dealers, right or wrong? You guys get any cool stuff? Yes?
Not as much as it used to be.
Maybe not as much as it used to be, but instead of glomming it like Hungry Hungry Hippo, me, maybe turn around and put some tickets up for them. Now, Jason, did you say you have a limousine? Do you have a limousine in your dealership? What store is it? You guys have a limousine? I'm sorry, okay, perfect. John Hinder Honda. John Hinder Honda has a limousine as a shuttle. They have a real stretch limousine. And what we recommended they're going to be doing is that they're going to make an incentive that for the top quarter or something like that, a night on the town in Columbus, Ohio. They're going to have a limousine pick up a coordinator, someone that's going to make $2,000 to $3,000 a month that would probably not normally spend money on a limousine and be picked up like a rock star for the day. How is that going to make your girls feel?
I feel great.
It made me feel great.
Yeah.
I wish somebody like came pick me up in a limousine. I want to feel special for a day too. It's my point. Do things. Try to find out the motivating factors. I got to tell you another crazy story. I went to a Skill Path seminar. Skill Path is like the McDonald's of workshops. I mean, like they're very cost effective. They're cheap, like $50, $100, $200, whatever it is. But I learned one of the most valuable lessons of my life. I had a trainer stand in front of me and basically tell me about, you know, management, and I'll never forget because the story was like, oh, I never thought of that. It was a female trainer. She said that she had her employee once, and her employee who was a female as well, who did such a great job. She bought her like flowers. She's a girl, la la la, girls, you know, give her some flowers, and thank you so much for a great job. The female employee went to her desk, and it was like a vampire with holy water, like, oh, you know, and the trainer said she felt like this ungrateful woman that I just got her a bouquet of flowers. And she said to me, she said, excuse me, you don't like the flowers? She said, no, they're pretty, I'm allergic. There's no punchline, that's crazy. Because the manager didn't seek first to understand what the likes, needs, wants, or whatever of the employees. So here's what I suggest. Create an employee profile. Not just for behavioral write-ups or that. Find out what your people like, what motivates motivates them. There was a company, like I was a chairman of Nissan, we had a $100,000 a month advertising budget, and they dropped $15,000 in a company called Freeman and Swift to come in. Anybody heard of Freeman Swift? They come in and do surveys about stuff. They surveyed all the customers. They asked questions like this: okay, if Chairman Nissan was going to give you a gift, what kind of gift would you want? You know, $50, $100 one, but they gave you different examples. And the dealership wanted to know that because they were spending way more money on freebies and giveaways than they had to. Because the survey said they didn't need to spend a fraction of that. This gift would have been sufficient. Think about that. But if you don't ask your people, you don't get. Why not just send an email blast survey to your people? But go back to the employees. Just create an employee profile. Put that, do they have a family? Okay, if they do, okay, maybe they like to do stuff with kids. Hey, what does your son like to do? I'm the owner of a company. I could afford a lot of nice things. But you know what? I'm a sucker when somebody does something for my kids. I am. When somebody sends me tickets to go to, I don't know, the Muppets on Ice or whatever it is, I'm like, oh, my son's going to love that. You know what I mean? And I just melt. There's things that are more important than just money. Just the thought that you thought about me and my son and my wife or whatever, that's just like, wow, that's awesome. Can you imagine how powerful that would be if you actually asked your employees, your coordinators especially, what are their likes? What motivates them? You know, if I was going to give you, let's say if you work for me, if I was going to give you a bonus, what would you like? Cash? Okay, cool. But besides cash, would you like, you know, a gift card here, a gift card there? Would you like this? Would you like that? Find out. And the reason why is because you don't want to just always make it about money too. Just like the Cars Direct people said, why do people always ask you what's the price? Because there's no button on the website that says, hey, I don't know what I'm looking for. Can you help me? It says, click here for price quote. We condition the psychosis that we have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. Right or wrong?
Right. Sean said, other than cash, what else is important to you?
You like that? LA Dub. He caught that. Yes, my point being is if you ask somebody, other than just cash, I got that. That's a given. If I want to give you cash, I got that. But if I want to give you something more meaningful, what would it be? You might be surprised. I need a paid day off. Wow. I need a paid day off. I'd like to just spend some time with my kids. You know what? You got all these beautiful cars. Let me use a car for the weekend where I can go out. Yes, sir?
Yeah, as far as cash, as like gift bonuses, like just nice things that you do besides their pay plan.
Yeah.
You have to keep in mind when they're married, there's a partner in that, so they're going to see about 50% of that.
Yes.
And if their partner is a dominant one, then they're going to see none of that. That's going to go to pay a bill. It's going to go to this. It doesn't motivate them. Right. Get them something that they would want to spend that money on. And say, hey, it was a gift from my dealer.
And something that they wouldn't spend the money on.
Right.
Something that they want to. Honestly, like if you are making X amount of dollars and you know that you're not going to go buy a Coach purse or a Louis Vuitton purse that might be on sale or whatever it is. I mean, like, and I learned from my wife, as most men do, they learn from their wives, right? That, you know, that shoes and purses are important to some people. So again, I can't figure out why, but it is. So again, you might be able to, say again? Would you agree with that statement? Yeah, she's like, yeah, absolutely, you learned something good. Okay, my point being is thank you so much for saying that. You want to find out what motivates, what drives them, keep it exciting. How freaking cool would that be if people are just excited to make appointments because they just can't believe all the cool stuff that we're doing and we're getting. Instead of spending money on a lot of aimless things, right? Instead of spending money on a lot of aimless things, what I would suggest that you do is maybe cut down your advertising a little bit and create a small budget to incentivize your people. That's it.